Hey everyone, Derpy here, back with another Battle Pirates video. This is my level 508 Inquisition target hit using my full fleet of 5 Zealots. Now with my fleet here, which I am by the way using a Sea Serpent crew on, I do have one of these ships upgraded to X1, so throughout this target you're going to see my little tiny drone there. We have named him Scrappy. So what you're going to see is that throughout the entire target, he's going around there and none of the ships are actually dealing damage to him. None of the ships are actually targeting him. He basically just goes outside of the range of my ships and then will die. While he's in range inside that larger purple aura, he will do some things and shoot around stuff. I will make a more detailed video on the drone mechanics later. But drawing attention to the target, I have killed these two Alice Carriers on the right side of the screen. I'm going to target the titanium generator on the right side of the screen. This purple building here buffs the defenses, buffs the survival of all the other surrounding buildings. So once I kill that thing, the other building is going to go down more easily. There's going to be something you're going to notice me doing the entire target is when I'm in range targeting the purple buildings, like I'm doing right here. The Halo missiles are the turrets that actually deal a lot of damage to you. The other turrets, the Venom Spitter turrets, you're able to outrange, and the Sentinel turrets, if you have one ship with countermeasure loaders 4, you can shoot down all the missiles from those. At this point in the target, I have triggered the Warbird Carrier, the large ship in the center of the screen, and a couple Alice Carriers. I probably should have dealt directly with them, but instead, I'm going to buy myself some time, go around the outside of the target, and kill the two Alice Carriers on the left. Notice that they have a corrosive gun which outranges you, in addition to a missile gun that outranges you. At this point in the target, you can see there are some Warbird Carriers closing in on me, some Alice Carriers closing in on me, and the PT Cruisers that come from the Warbird Carriers. These PT ships are able to die in about one shot from my regular ships, one volley from those, and the drones actually do a decent amount of damage to those things too, which is actually going to be a quite interesting mechanic if you have maybe more than one ship up to X1. So at this point in the target, I'm going to try and focus the Warbird Carrier ship now, because you want to kill this thing more quickly than you can kill everything else, because it will stop spawning PT boats once it's dead, obviously. To kill it, you want to make sure you're staying outside of its range, because it does have two different types of guns. It has a long-range scatter gun, which deals a very low amount of damage, then a very short-range scatter gun, which deals a very, very, very high amount of damage. So make sure you stay at your max range when you're killing that thing. Moving through the rest of the target here, we have a Valkyrie Carrier. To kill this thing, you're going to want to make sure you approach it from the side like I do right here when the spotlights aren't going around you, and again stay at max range because it does have a very short range weapon on there. At this point on the target, I'm off to the left side and I'm again focusing that purple building here and then targeting the Halo missiles and making sure to stay out of range of these Venom Spitter scatterguns. At some points on the target, you will notice that I do go in range of that thing and I take some damage, although it isn't the end of the world and I am able to survive after that. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge forward, kill the Sentinel turret, which basically does nothing. My countermeasures work against this, and then kill the Alice Carrier. Again, remember against the Alice Carriers, try and stay moving. I don't always do a great job, but if you stay moving, you're able to survive longer. Notice my drone there did almost one-shot that fleet of PT Cruisers, and the second drone that spawned finished them off. So drones are actually useful against these PT Cruisers, and if you do target them by using the shift key, they will go towards those actual ships, which is something I learned very recently. I didn't know when I did my live stream of all of these targets. Against this next Warbird Carrier, again parking out of range here, and as soon as it's dead, I'm going to go charge toward the center of the target and kill the Halo missiles. If you can get inside their dead spot, great, although I find they usually die before that. To have access to the center turret cluster, I need to kill one Venom Spitter, charge in, kill one of the purple buildings to kill everything else there faster, and then splash damage everything else. If you're using a Molotov Maiden's crew instead of a Sea Serpent's crew, this is when you will have your splash damage be more effective when multiple different things are all grouped up close together. Okay, now let's turn our attention to the Valkyrie Carriers here. Those things, again, are going to stay at max range, at least 35 away pretty much, and kill those things with some splash damage. You'll notice I stay way outside of the missile fields surrounding this target right here. They are called spotlights. They tend to rotate the ships in a set pattern. They're not always moving, and they seem to have weird behavior around land, but there you go, that's what those are called. At this point in the target, things are getting really, really easy. Only a couple things left that will actually damage me, including one Warbird Carrier. It's at full health on the right side of the screen. I'm going to go ahead and kill this thing first. I might be able to get the Halo missile first, but I decide against it because it's only going to take one or two shots. I feel like I can almost get out of its range. The Warbird Carrier, again, going to go down pretty easy, and if it does spawn any PT boats, they die in the same volley that I'm shooting at the Warbird Carrier because I do a lot of splash damage. Okay, now we just have the Halo Missile left, which is down, and the Atlas Carrier down, which is going to pose a little bit of a problem, although not too much. You also notice I did charge into the Venom Spitter Scattergun there and took one volley of damage when I definitely shouldn't have. I did that at other points throughout the target, I'm 100% sure of it. Driving will get better on this thing, and this is only day one that I'm recording and posting this video, getting things out pretty early to you. Again, the Sentinel missiles do nothing, and you can outrange the Venom Scatterguns, and then this outpost is a random building in the center of the target that just probably pays out some points. So there's the video. Let's now look at the battle report and the points for this target, and then I'll finally show you the build for my Zealots that I'm using, outfitted with the new Corrosive Battery 2. Damage here is corrosive and penetrative, 10% corrosive, and then a little bit less penetrative. I find that the better you drive, the less corrosive damage you take. That was 7% penetrative. Here's the build I'm using if you want to slow things down, rewind, whatever, or ask any questions in the comments. I'm happy to answer those. You get 500,000 points for this target for 1.5 hours damage, in addition to the set bonus that you get from completing all 4 of the X/S targets, all of which I will have videos of on my channel, and you know how to find those. So I hope this video helped. If it did, let me know by leaving a like, and as always, this is Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.